Good morning, all students. Dr. Vinod Nair, good morning, all of you all. We'll start in a minute. We have a very prolific author here and a person who has uh, devoted his life for sales. So, sir is extremely good in making people understand the importance of sales and marketing. And very uniquely, sir studies leadership styles, and then comes out with attributes. Thank you very much, sir, for joining in right at very short notice. I just spoke to you on Monday. Thank you very, very much. Request Henry, sir, to please start the formal introduction, please.
Yeah, sure, sir, sure.
Henry, please go ahead.
Should I start, sir?
So, one second. Dear all, Vinod sir, Ganiji, Henry sir is with us, and he is basically a commerce graduate, and he also teaches commerce subjects and very popular among the students again. Henry Bete, over to you, Bache. Please introduce respected sir.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. Namaste, everyone. So before starting the session, I would like to give a brief idea about Subramanian sir, about sir's work experience as well as education qualification. तो स्टार्ट करने से पहले मैं थोड़ा एक ब्रीफ आइडिया देता हूँ सर के एजुकेशन क्वालिफिकेशन के बारे में. सर हैव डन अ ग्लोबल एमबीए फ्रॉम एसपीजेन एंड सर इज आल्सो इंजीनियरिंग ग्रेजुएट. अगर हम वर्क एक्सपीरियंस का बात करेंगे तो सर लाइक 17 इयर्स से सर सेल ओरिएंटेड वर्क में इन्वॉल्व है, विच इंक्लूड्स कॉर्पोरेट सेल्स ट्रेनिंग एंड सेल्स कंसल्टिंग. एंड सर ने अभी तक 800 से भी ज्यादा क्लाइंट्स को हैंडल किया. इतने 17 इयर्स में अभी तक सर ने 800 से ज्यादा क्लाइंट्स को हैंडल किया. इतना ही नहीं, सर के अंडर मोर देन 6000 लोग ने ट्रेनिंग ली है. एंड ये जो ट्रेनिंग से जो ट्रेनिंग है, इनफैक्ट मोर देन 20 या 24 नेशंस के अगर हम देखेंगे तो वहां से वहां के लोगों को सर ने ट्रेन किया है. इसमें बहुत सारे यूरोपियन कंट्रीज के लोग हैं, इसमें बहुत सारे एशियन कंट्री के लोग हैं. और अगर हम एंटरप्रेन्योरल एक्सपीरियंस देखेंगे तो 8 इयर्स से सर ने अपना ई लर्निंग मैनेज किया, ई लर्निंग कंपनी एंड एक्सेट्रा को मैनेज किया है सर. सो ये एक्सपीरियंस है सर का, वर्क एक्सपीरियंस है प्लस एजुकेशन क्वालिफिकेशन है. तो आई विल स्टार्ट विद द सेशन. I'll hand over to the Subramanian sir. Hi sir.
Thank you, Indriji. Thank you for the introduction.
Before sir starts, again, one request to all of you all. The reason I get professionals is I want to introduce professionals to business persons. I'm so happy respected Anjay ji also has joined in, because these are challenging times, and I believe professional advice is what will set everybody towards the right goal. And professional advice in sales is extremely important. So there are two very simple objectives, and I'm being very transparent about it. One, students should get motivated at a very young age to understand what is sales, wo kitna important hai. Second, all the business people here, you should please get in touch with sir right after this session. This is just a trailer. So today he's doing it on MS Dhoni just to give a feel of things, but he is an hardcore corporate person, corporate consulting person. So please reach out. And I'm so happy that thanks to this Men and Mantras, we have been able to help poor and needy people. Thank you, Gani, again for your contribution. Right, I have noticed that Ashley ma'am showed me again. Right, thank you very much for that. Second, colleagues who have come, right, they have been getting assignments. Like Jeet sir just called up yesterday and said कि हाँ sir कोई आया है restructuring के लिए. उसके पहले सचेत जी ने बोला I got an HR assignment from one of the other students. So I'm very clear. Please watch this as a trailer of what Subramaniam ji can deliver, and then please get in touch with sir directly. Before you start, sir, as I said, I want to encourage the next gen to just take one last minute. One more very popular faculty, Daya sir is there. Daya, who takes care of marketing in Menon classes. But Daya, आप भी थोड़ा what is important in marketing and sales का 1 minute बात करके please hand it over to Subramaniam sir. Daya बेटे.
जरूर. थैंक यू सर. गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन. आज का जो सेशन है आप सभी को पता है कि किसके ऊपर है, सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग के ऊपर है. आज सेल्स और मार्केटिंग ये दोनों एक सिक्के के दो पहलू है, कि मतलब आज हमको कुछ भी अगर करना है तो मार्केटिंग बहुत जरूरी है. पहले भी कैसा सेल्स होता था, बट उस टाइप का मार्केटिंग नहीं होता था. आप पहले अगर देखोगे तो बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसी थी, जैसे अगर मुझे पेंसिल लेना है, अगर मैं 10 या साल पहले की बात कर रहा हूँ, 10-15 साल पहले का, तो मुझे ऑप्शंस बहुत कम थे मेरे पास, क्योंकि मुझे पेंसिल में एक ही चीज पता था, नटराज पेंसिल। तो मैं अगर दुकान पे कहीं जाऊंगा तो मुझे एक ही था कि नटराज पेंसिल ले दीजिए, क्योंकि मार्केटिंग बाकी किसी किसी चीज का नहीं था किसके पास। और आज पूरा चेंज हो गया है एकदम। आज ऑप्शन बहुत ज्यादा है, अगर आपने मार्केटिंग नहीं किया तो आप फेल हो सकते हो, आपका प्रोडक्ट पीछे चला जाएगा। तो मार्केटिंग बहुत जरूरी है। आपने देखा होगा बॉलीवुड में अभी जो भी फिल्म रिलीज होती है, जैसे श्री अमिताभ बच्चन जी है, आमिर खान है, सलमान खान, शाहरुख खान जी है, वो बड़े स्टार है, उनका नाम है, लेकिन फिर भी उनको छोटे छोटे सीरियल्स आना पड़ता है, वहां पर उनको दिखाना पड़ता है, क्योंकि उनको मालूम है नाम हमारा है, लेकिन अगर हम लोग मार्केटिंग नहीं करेंगे तो शायद वो फायदा हमको नहीं हो सकता है। मुझे बचपन का 2 चीज याद आ रहा है, जैसे एक हंसने वाली बात है, लेकिन बहुत रियल सच्ची है, मेरे साथ एक बात हुआ है कि हम लोग जब बचपन में थे, छोटे थे, तो एक बार मेरी मम्मी ने मुझे पूछा, बेटा आपको कौन सा बिस्किट लाऊं मैं? तो मैंने बोला, मैं मम्मी पार्ले जी लेके आना। तो मम्मी बोली पार्ले जी क्यों? क्योंकि वो शक्तिमान खाता है। मतलब ऐसे जो चीज थी कि उसमें ब्रांड सिर्फ पार्ले जी का था, शक्तिमान खा रहा था। तो वही चीजें है, अगर आज आप मार्केटिंग करोगे तो सक्सेस हो, अगर आप मार्केटिंग नहीं कर रहे हो, आज आप देखोगे आज बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट नए चीजें बहुत ज्यादा है, लोगों को पता है कि मुझे, मैं जा रहा हूँ कुछ चीज लेने, तो बहुत सारे ऑप्शन में क्या लूँ। लेकिन अगर कोई ब्रांड है, कोई आप बहुत सारी चीजें आपको मालूम है, तो आप ले सकते हो उस चीज को, क्योंकि यहाँ पर 2 ही चीज चलता है, एक तो मार्केटिंग, और दूसरा आपको कैसा है, माउथ पब्लिसिटी बहुत जरूरी है। अगर माउथ पब्लिसिटी, अगर आप किसी ने बोला कि आपको ये चीज अच्छी है, आप वो आप ले सकते हो। आप दूसरा, आप एड देख के ले सकते हो कि हाँ एडवर्टाइजिंग होता है, ये शायद मैं ले सकता हूँ। ये सिर्फ यही सब चीजें है कि आपको मार्केटिंग बहुत जरूरी है। कोई भी सक्सेस या कोई भी प्रोडक्ट आपको सक्सेस करना है तो मार्केटिंग बहुत जरूरी है। थैंक यू सर।
And to the surprise of all, you would see that one of the great leaders of India in cricket, MS Dhoni, also you can learn something about sales. I invite a very respected person. There, sir, you were brilliant as expected. Subramaniam sir, to start the lecture, and all of you all will be surprised कि धोनी जी से भी आप क्या सीख सकते हो sales के बारे में. Over to you, respected Subramaniam sir. Over to you, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Anil ji. So, thank you there, sir. As you rightly said, I want to teach sales, but to teach sales, I'm using Dhoni. That is marketing, right? So, definitely, marketing is very important to in today's world to do the sales. So, 7 sales attributes to learn from MS Dhoni. Okay, so I just like most of you, I'm also a big MS Dhoni fan. And watching MS Dhoni for the last 15 years, many incidents were there from which we can learn sales. So I took 7 such incidents, and from that we will learn sales from MS Dhoni, right? So I'm going to skip my introduction. My introduction is already done. Okay, so most importantly, I'm an entrepreneur for the last 10 years. I have lived without 100 rupees in the pocket for many months. So as an entrepreneur, what are the plus and minus we all go through? I totally understand, like many of you. And my mission is to positively impact 1 million entrepreneurs and salespeople across the world through my trainings, books, and YouTube videos. See, this is the statistics of Dhoni. We all know that, like what a great legend he is. So this particular session is a tribute to MS Dhoni. We all like them. All of Indians, we like MS Dhoni. So amazing statistics. I don't want to go into that. So let's see the first incident. Okay, the first incident is the 2007 T20 World Cup, last over, and Harbhajan Singh still has 1 over to go, and the world thought that 1 over will be given to Harbhajan Singh. Okay, I was a SP Jain student, and I still remember this final I saw in SP Jain campus in Dubai. We had 98 people in my class. 97 are Indian. There is 1 Pakistani, our good friend Ilyas Khan. Like he was also sitting there. We were all watching. So this last over was suddenly given to Joginder Sharma. So till the time, the world don't even know Joginder Sharma. People are googling who is Joginder Sharma. And we all know that Misbah-ul-Haq was in good form. He hit a 6. And then Dhoni changed the fielding. And next time when he sweep in the back, and Srishant got that catch, and India won the World Cup. This we all know. So what is the sales learning from this incident? So the sales learning from this incident is, friends, take calculated risk and do the unexpected. Okay. So how to implement, let me tell you a small story so that how I implemented learning this from Dhoni, or how I implemented this in my life, so that you can get an idea, right? So few years back, 5 years back, before I write book, before I become professor, I was doing training, and I got a lead from one of the manufacturing company to take a program for their senior management. And they, before even asking my price, they told, this is the price we can offer you. And what is the price? Just for example, I'm giving it is 20 rupees. Example, okay, you can multiply with the multiple times. Let us assume they give 20 rupees is the budget. And obviously I don't do it for that particular money, okay? So what I requested, I told the HR person is, madam, let's think about two scenarios. Scenario number one, the training is over and the CEO of the company coming to you and talking to you. Do you mean that the HR lady? Let us give her some name, Anita. So Anita, why are you wasting my time here? How can you bring this type of kind of trainers? And the entire senior management is there. Our entire day is waste. Aapne pura waste kar diya hamara day. So don't bring training like this now. You are wasting my time. So this is scenario number one. Okay. Aur Anita ji, scenario number two hai. The CEO is coming to you and saying to you, Anita, you are an amazing person. I don't know how you are able to find such great trainers from the country. What a value add today. Our entire mindset got changed. This is going to have a great impact. You are amazing, Anita. When you recruit you, I know that you are a shining star. Going forward, if anybody is not coming to training, so write a mail to, I will take care of the entire company that does the training. You are an amazing person. Thank you so much, Anita. This is scenario number two. So I asked Anita ji, do you want to get scenario number one or scenario number two after the training? Anita ji obviously told, no, I want scenario number two. Then I told her, I promise you something similar to scenario number two will happen after my training. And if something related to scenario number one happens, if 1 out of the 20 people come and say, this is a bakwas training, it's a wastage of my time, then I will not raise my invoice. My training is absolutely free. I will take care of the flight charge myself. But please don't give me a price of 20 rupees. It's not exact 20 rupees. I'm giving an example. Please don't give a type of 20 rupees. My price is 80 rupees. So I told 4 times more than the budget she had. But I promise you, you will get scenario number two. Not even one person will talk to you on feedback about scenario number one. If they talk, I will not raise my invoice. She told Subha, I have to think and come back. So next day, she mailed me and agreed for a price of 70 rupees, which is 3.5 times, whatever she quoted, 3.5 times. I asked for 80 rupees, I got for 70 rupees, but initially our budget was 20 rupees. Once I got this order, 1 day, 2 days before the training, I didn't sleep properly. Because I have told that if somebody give like this, somebody give a bad feedback, my price is 0. So I prepared multiple times. I practiced 4 or 5 times. I read a lot of books in the meantime. What are the kind of questions it will come? So my quality of training also improved. And I also got that particular project, and continuously I'm getting business even now from them. So friends, take that calculated risk and do the unexpected. Give some irresistible offer so that the other party has to accept this. See, when you're saying, I will not raise invoice, that shows your confidence, right? So you may ask, like Dhoni took the calculated risk. What will happen if Musbillah Ullah has hit the 6, India would have lost, then everybody would have blamed that. So all those things are always there. Ifs and buts are always there. But the fortune favors only the brave. So it's a calculated risk. He didn't give the ball and just keep quiet, okay? Once Musbillah hit a 6, he changed the fielding and put a person in the behind the stumps, and you know that he's going to hit her and he got that. So the calculated risk and doing the unexpected is what we learn from Dhoni, and we can implement in our business life and take merit out of it. Okay, this is sales learning number 1. Like this, we are going to quickly have 7 learning, and we'll move forward. Okay. So second incident, 2011 World Cup. Dhoni self-promoted himself to number 5 position in batting on the final. So how was that series was going on? Who has to bat number 5? Yuvraj Singh was to bat number 5. And Yuvraj Singh was in an excellent, terrific form in that entire series. Correct? He also got the Player of the Series award in 2011 World Cup. Okay. And how was Dhoni playing? Dhoni entire series till the time he scored only 150 runs. Okay, he was not in a great form. But Sri Lankan spinners are giving a tough time to India. So Gautam Gambhir and Virat Kohli was batting. Next, Yuvraj Singh has to go. So Dhoni felt if Virat Kohli got out and Yuvraj Singh also went there, it will be both will be left-handers, and Muttiah Muralidharan and others for spinners. It will be easy for Sri Lanka to contain the run rate. So what he did is he quickly promoted himself. He spoke to Gary Kirsten, the senior players, and told, "I am going to go number 5, just tell Yuvraj Singh." And he took the risk and went to number 5. And we know the history, right? He stayed there till the end, 91 not out, and he won the World Cup for India. Okay, this is the incident number 2. What is the learning? What is the sales learning from this? The sales learning is your strategy should be based on situation. Correct? See, Dhoni didn't say that, "Oh, no, boss, entire series, Yuvraj Singh was playing well, he has to go." No, entire series, Dhoni is not playing well, I should not go. No. The past is irrelevant. Okay, yesterday is different. Today, what is the situation? Okay, today, what is the situation? The strategy should be based on today's situation. So today, I'm talking to so many business people, and what I'm saying is, have you made some sale? No, sir, nobody is ready to pay me a price. So see, what the price you were selling last year is going to be irrelevant today. Don't have that last year of margin, last year price today, because today is a corona time, pandemic time, people's needs are different. So I'm not saying you have to reduce your price. What I'm saying is, can you tweak your product or service and charge less? So for example, if you are always selling a half a liter coconut oil as your packet for 50 rupees, can you make a 100 ml packet and sell it for 10 rupees or 9 rupees so that people will buy? See, today people don't have much cash to spend. Even if they have cash, they have a mindset whether I should spend now or not. Can you tweak something? If you're making a software product, rather than having 20 features, can you take the 2 or 3 features and sell it at a lesser price, have a lighter version so that more people will buy? So reduce your volume or reduce your feature and your product and sell it to more people. So let them experience that. So once the world become normal, these people have already experienced your lighter version so that they can buy the bigger version of your product. So what I did is, instead of giving a 1-day program, 2-day program, I started giving 90 minutes programs for my corporates. Okay, and the pro rata, I reduced my price. I give some discount so that now corporates are experiencing me at least 90 minutes. So when the world becomes normal, I will go back to full day program, but I already know people, right? So if we have a choice, world is not buying at my price, you can keep quiet, or you can tweak your product, tweak your service, make it lighter, have a little lesser price, and start getting more customers. So strategy should be based on situations. Amazing learning from MS Dhoni's World Cup final decision on moving himself to number 5, right? This is the great thing I learned. Can you tweak the payment terms? Correct. See, Skoda and all, like many real estate people now, buy now, start paying from 2022. Correct. So I'm not saying that you should do that. Can you tweak your payment terms rather than asking for advance and everything? Okay, give me something, right? Start now, we'll make it in EMI, or think about some tweaking in your payment terms so that customer is hooked to you, correct? So whatever money you can make in a legal and ethical framework, even in this pandemic, please do that. Let's be sensitive to our prospective customers' problems. Let's understand them and tweak our strategy so that we can move forward, right? Okay, so this is next is the incident number 3. This is the India versus Bangladesh match, 2016 March 23rd in the T20 World Cup, right? So India has to move to the next stage, and this Bangladesh match is a very, very important match for India. Okay, and what happened? Last ball, if I remember correctly, the 1 run they have to take to tie and 2 run to win, I guess. Correct. What Dhoni did is, like, before the last ball, he spoke to the bowler, and he get prepared himself. If you see the video, go to YouTube and see this video. You would have removed the main gloves, and he was having only the white gloves inside, and he was stretching his arm, rotating his arms, getting ready to throw the ball, because he assumed the batsman, because the tail-ender it is, they are going to miss the ball, and still anyway they will go to run for 1 run so that he can make the run out. He is anticipating that and get prepared. And as expected, the batsman left the last ball, correct? And Dhoni got the ball. You don't have the gloves. He would have thrown it, but if he miss, India will lose. So what he did, he started running towards the stump, and he removed the bails by running towards the stump, right? But the beauty here is, my friends, as per the video analytics, correct, the runners start running as soon as the ball is left from the bowler, correct? But when Dhoni got the ball, from that time onwards, the runner and Dhoni both had exactly 7 steps to reach the stumps. In other words, more or less the equal distance. But Dhoni took a decision, and rather than throwing the ball, he directly ran towards it and removed the bails. And we all know that India won. I was like jumping in my house after seeing this, like thumping my fist. I was so happy that India won the match. But after that, when I think back next day, what is the learning? What is the sales learning? Because I see everything with respect to sales. Okay, whatever I see in this world, I see something can be used for sales. If you see the sales learning, it's the self-belief and predicting the scenario. First thing is, before the ball is bowled, Dhoni already spoke to the bowler and he is predicting this is what is going to happen. He's getting ready for that, correct? And once he got the ball, he would have thrown. But see the self-belief. More or less, he and the runner having the same distance, but he thought he can run fast. We all know Dhoni running between the wickets. Dhoni is very fast. He believed in that, and he went and took the bails. Friends, if you want to be successful in sales, the first and the most important attribute for you to be successful in sales is self-belief. You have to believe you are adding value to the customer. You have to believe that your product is great. You have to believe that your service is great, because the customer is not buying your product or service. Do you think in the half-an-hour interaction, he will know exactly about your product, how well you are? No, he can't do that. Who knows the product? You know your product. You know what the customer is watching? The customer is actually buying your confidence on your product and service. In this half-an-hour interaction, he is judging you how much conviction you are talking to him. Do you really have the confidence on your product or not? That's what he's checking. In half an hour, he can understand your product, okay? Subconsciously, he's evaluating your confidence on your product and service, okay? Further, you need to have that self-belief. You need to believe that I'm adding value to the customer, correct? And as an entrepreneur, as a salesperson, you should predict the scenario. You should be already ready. What is going to happen? You should anticipate, like how Dhoni anticipated and removed that gloves and waiting for the ball. There's amazing learning I got from that particular run out. Some of the analysts even compared Dhoni to Usain Bolt. The kind of speed you took and removed the bails, it is compared to the Usain Bolt speed. So that's the biggest learning we can learn from amazing Dhoni's self-belief and predicting the scenario, right? So we'll go to the fourth one. Okay, then finally I will take questions. The Kemo Paul stumping. Okay, Kemo Paul is an all-rounder in West Indies. Even today, he has been included in the T20 and the test team of West Indies in today's news. In 2018, Dhoni removed the bails of when Kemo Paul was batting for 0.008 seconds. 0.08 seconds. Okay, in 0.08 seconds, the ball is removed. Okay, that is a reaction time of Dhoni once he gets the ball. Okay, it's a less than the blink of the eye, correct? So you can see this video in the YouTube. But what is the sales learning from this? Okay, Dhoni removed the bail and did the stumping. What is the sales learning? Okay, friends, it doesn't happen just like that. It's a lot of practice. Dhoni practice speed of removal, correct? How faster he can remove the stump. And in the world of sales, speed matters. Okay, speed matters a lot. In my experience, 17, 18 years in sales, and especially last 10 years as an entrepreneur, 8 years I was running my own e-learning and recruitment company. Last 3-4 years, I'm running a training company. I have won so many deals because of the speed. And because of speed, we should not compromise on quality. It's not a substitute. Speed is a separate thing. Quality is a separate thing. It has to go hand in hand. Okay. So let me tell you one small incident, and so that we understand this very well. Okay, it's a small story. So this happened in the year 2015, I guess, 2015. Okay. That time I was running a e-learning company and also a recruitment company, both two different divisions in my company. And one of my friend connected me to the CEO of a Fortune 100 company. Fortune 100 means the revenues are multiple $billion. It's an American company. They are 110-year-old company, very old company. And they have a software division in India. And they had 6,000 people in that software division. Okay. So recruitment for that company is a big thing. And my friend connected to the CEO, and the CEO want to work with a new vendor because they want to replace the HR head. So all the current vendors already know the HR head, CHRO, Chief Human Resource Officer. So the CEO want to do this very discreet, and so you want to have somebody outside the system to work on this. Okay, so that's how I was introduced. And imagine I'm talking to the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar Fortune 100 company. How knowledgeable and how business-oriented will be. So I spoke to him. I had a first meeting. He told Subbu, this is the thing I'm expecting from the Chief Human Resource Officer and all those things he told me. And he asked me, when can you send the first set of profiles? I said, sir, now I got clarity. Within 24 hours, I will send you the first set of profiles. I didn't say one day. I said within 24 hours, I will send you the first set of profiles. Then I came out of the conference room. I sat in the reception of the meeting. Immediately, I typed the mail of the minutes of the meeting, and I sent it to him and copied my right hand in my company, the team lead. Her name is Hema. I copied her in the CC and sent the minutes, and I put the action item, a small minutes of the meeting mail. I sent it. So what's the time taken after the meeting? Within 8 or 9 minutes, you would have got the minutes of the meeting. Okay. And then it was in Whitefield in Bangalore. From there, my office in Bangalore is 1.5 hours. You know the traffic in Bangalore. So I was traveling. And immediately I called Hema and told her, see, you would have seen the mail. Get me some 3 or 4 good profiles and send it to me. So Hema, being with me for 7-8 years, groomed by me. She know how I works, the importance of speed in the first customer meeting. Whenever 10 minutes before my office, when I was reaching, I got a mail in my mobile. So I stopped my car, parked my car on the left side. And I saw the mail from Hema. She has sent me 3 beautiful resumes, all having 70 lakhs, 75 lakhs salary and all those stuff. I quickly saw the profile. It was very good. It will take me only 1 minute to see the profile. So I forwarded that mail to the CEO and said that, sir, these are the first 3 profiles I recommend for your review. So from the meeting of the CEO to sending the first resume, the total time taken was somewhere around 91 or 92 minutes. And what I committed 24 hours. And I also sent him a WhatsApp message, sir, I have sent you the first set of profiles. Please have a look. You know, I got a reply in his WhatsApp message. You know what is the reply? Wow. That's all. To cut the story short, after 2 months, a lot of interview happened. Finally, 3 candidates were selected, 2 from me and 1 from his LinkedIn contact. So he is happy with all these 3 people, the CHRO. And these 3 people were sent to the final interview of the global HR head. And unfortunately, my 2 candidates was rejected by the American head, and the LinkedIn person was selected by the person. He's going to join as HR head. So the CEO sent me a mail, Subbu, I'm really sorry you worked for 2 months, but your candidate was not selected. But I'm really like the way, the speed with which you use the word speed, the speed with which you work. Still, I want to take you as a vendor of my company. I thought he's just consoling me because for me, 75 lakhs means 10% is 7.5 lakhs worth of revenue. I lost it. That mostly a profit in recruitment field. There's no cost, it's a profit. I lost that. So I thought, but next day he sent a mail to his procurement team saying that please enroll Subramanian's company as our vendor. So the vendor manager sent me a form saying that with a lot of condition, because they're a Fortune 100 company, right? You should have 5 years in the industry, minimum of 10 crore of revenue, 40 employees, a lot of condition. 80% of condition I didn't qualify. So I write a mail to him, sorry, I didn't qualify all this matter, and also copied the CEO. Within 5 minutes, the CEO sent a mail directly to the purchase head. I am giving an exceptional approval. I want Subramanian to be our vendor within the next 24 hours. Immediately the purchase head called me, sir. You didn't know you are close to CEO. I told, I'm not close to him. I don't know him. I just worked with him for 2 months. He has given exceptional approval, sir. We don't have any problem. If a CEO has the power to give the exceptional approval, we become your vendor. So I became their vendor, and from there onwards, I did 10, 15 lakhs worth of business with them. So after 6 months, I asked the CEO, so why you went out of your way? Because big company CEOs don't go out of the way to recommend or take some vendors like this. Generally, they don't do like that. I asked him, why did you do that? He become very close. So I asked him, Subramanian, 30 years I am in this industry. And always I tell the vendors or partners who I work with, please match my speed. Why are you very slow? But this is the first time in my life I am worried I cannot match your speed and your team speed. You commit 24 hours, not in days, and you are sending resumes in 92 minutes. And when I sent you, you are replying back within 90 seconds. And every time when something comes to you, I feel I am low. I cannot match your speed. This is the first time somebody is challenging me in my speed. I felt very happy about that. I've never seen a recruitment consultant like this. So I definitely want people like you to be part of my company. That's what I understand. A lot of people respect your response time. So that's why I call it as response time is a competitive strategy. Friends, I repeat, response time is a competitive strategy. When you go and attend a meeting, when are you sending the minutes of the meeting? When I say minutes of the meeting, okay, you don't need to have very formal or anything. But see, after a meeting, there are many action points. Generally, we forget. If you're a salesperson or if you're an entrepreneur, the other party should not wait for your communication. Come out of the meeting within 5-10 minutes in the minutes saying that these are your action items. Ye sab aapko karna hai, ye 3 points mujhe karna hai. Have clarity in that. There may be something you have to wait for another 2 days. In that you say, this I have to wait. I will come back within 48 hours. Don't say 2 days. Come back within 48 hours. So when you write the minutes of the meeting, the clarity is there. Correct? And then I'm saying, don't write 48 hours. 2 days, I say write 48 hours. Is there any difference? Is there any difference, friends? Can you just type in the chat box? Is there any difference between 2 days and 48 hours? Just write yes if you feel agree with me, or just type no if you don't feel agree with me. In the chat box, you can just write. Is there any difference between 2 days and 48 hours? Nisha is saying yes. Aradhya is saying no. Sounds specific. Mr. Gani is saying, okay. Yes, sir. No. Okay. Friends, listen to this carefully. This is going to be a very important point. Listen to this very carefully. When you give a unit, when I say unit means hours or days. If I'm saying 48 hours, and if I make a mistake, my mistake will be in what unit? If I say 48 hours, I do a mistake and I will complete in 49th hour. My mistake will be in 1 hour. If I say 3 days, if I do a mistake, my mistake will be in days. Instead of 3 days, it will go to 4 days. If I say 60 seconds, and if I make a mistake, I will still complete in 60 seconds the second. If I say 1 hour, I will do a mistake and do it in 2 hours or 1.5 hours, something like that, right? So what is your unit tells your attitude, your focus on that particular work, the importance of the particular work. So from my childhood, I used to talk like, I don't know, I listened to this some senior person in a speech talk when I was a child. From that, it stick to my mind. So friends, when you talk like this, when you talk in seconds, when you talk in minutes, rather than giving a normal 30 minutes, 20 minutes, no, tell 7 minutes means 7 minutes, or 2 minutes means 120 seconds. So initially the world will laugh at you. Kya yaar, scene mar raha hai, 120 seconds, kya seconds mein baat kar raha hai. First they will laugh at you. After some time, when you follow this, you will start growing in your life, in your career. Then they will doubt at you. Oh, ye to theek hai kya? Is it good? Like he's actually growing faster, man. Then what will happen? Third, then what will happen is they will start copying you. Once you are going there, they will copy from you. And fourth, what they will say is they will start worshipping you. After 10 years, they will say, you know what? 10 years before itself, I know, man, this guy, that time itself, we will talk in seconds and minutes. That you will not even generalize. You will be very specific. I know this guy will become a big guy. So world will first laugh at you, then they will doubt you, then they will follow you, then they will worship you. So don't worry about the world. Okay. If you are convinced on something, just follow that and keep doing. Okay. Speed matters, my friends. In sales, response time is a competitive strategy. Okay. This is how you can remove your competition. Okay. So in price, you can't remove your competition. If you reduce 5 rupees, he will also reduce 5 rupees. If you reduce 10 rupees, he will also reduce 10 rupees. But this quality, this discipline, sending minutes of the meeting, okay, responding to their emails quickly, So if somebody is asking you a quotation or proposal, how much time you take? Some people will take 3 days, 5 days. So my rule is give it in 1 day, unless it's a very complex proposal which need lot of inputs, it's fine. Otherwise, send the proposal within 24 hours. Have your quotation template or proposal template. Okay. So anybody who is sending me a proposal after 1 week, I don't even talk to them. Speed matters, my friends. So this is one thing I learned from Dhoni, the kind of speed Dhoni displays in the field. We all know that either in terms of stumping or in terms of changing the field or in terms of decision making, it's amazing. Okay, speed matters, and that's a learning we learned from Dhoni. Okay, when customer call you for a meeting, when will you meet him? Are you meeting him on the same day, or you will say, sir, next week we will meet? See, especially first time customer, if you have time on that day, you don't have any other meeting, tell them, sir, morning if they are calling, tell them, sir, can we meet in the afternoon or evening? If evening they are calling, tell them, sir, tomorrow morning can we meet? 90% of the time, they will say, no, I am busy for today or tomorrow. They will postpone it. But let them postpone. You don't postpone. Some people ask me, sir, if I do that, will he think that I don't have any other work? I'm ready to meet. So, friends, all these small things we have to stop. Okay. We should show the eagerness to do business with them. Okay. It shows that you are giving them the importance. So think about this. If you like it, you start following it. It was very helpful for me when I did this. If I don't have any other work or any small work, internal work, I postpone and meet them on the same day or the next day morning. So today, being in Zoom call or a video meeting, quickly you can ask, sir, when can I meet you, Subramanian, sir? How about today evening, 5 o'clock? So don't wait for others, correct? You have to make it quickly. When opportunities comes, quickly go and take it, okay? Speed matters. I know I'm spending a lot of time on this. This is very, very important, my friends, okay? The next one is the magnanimity and the ability of giving and gratitude of Dhoni. Okay, so we all remember that when Ganguly retired in the last day, Dhoni asked Ganguly to be a captain for 1 day in his last test. Okay, so Ganguly clearly told this in his autobiography that Dhoni gave him that offer to be a captain on the last day. A century is not enough, but Dhoni refused that. But during around 3:30, at least the last session, Dhoni again went to Ganguly and told, "Can you please be the captain for one last time?" So if you see the video, Ganguly was high energy. He will set the field placement. He gave a bowler, and Ganguly did that. He's very happy about that. So not only that, in the World Cup, when Dhoni scored 91 in 2011 World Cup, he gave the entire glory to Sachin. He went back and he take care. Sachin gets all the limelight. Of course, Sachin is great. Sachin deserves that. There's no doubt about it. But Dhoni had the ability to give it to others. Even IPL winning, you remember even 2 years back when he won the IPL, the entire team is celebrating. He got the IPL trophy and gave it to somebody. He was playing with his daughter in the ground, right? So what is the learning from this in sales? Friends, in sales is always considered as a taker's field, right? Yeah, cutthroat competition, hunting thing. That's how the world sees about sales. But if we have the attitude of gratitude, okay, saying thanks to others, acknowledging them, we are going to get more in sales. Okay, so that's what I learned from Dhoni on this. Actually, by giving, you do more sales. Giving means what? Not giving money or bribe, giving the recognition. If you won a big deal as a salesperson or an entrepreneur, thank your delivery team. Thank your marketing team who generated the lead. Thank your solution team which helped you do that. Thank your production team. So give that credit to everybody. Okay, when you give the credit to everybody, they will all work with you so that you can do more sales. So let me give you a small formula here, my friends. This is a formula called 4R. Okay, 4R principle. I learned it somewhere. It's not my formula. Somebody told me this. What is a 4R principle? Any action which is respected, rewarded, and recognized will be repeated. If you go and thank the marketing team, delivery team, you know what? Because of you, we won this deal here. The solution he gave, is very amazing. So next time when you ask a solution, he will give his full heart and he will work hard so that you win this deal. He will work hard so that you are winning him. Correct? See, in today's world, my friends, nobody is giving respect to people. Correct? spouse is not respecting us, our kids are not respecting us, our vendor is not respecting us. Agar road mein chala hai to somebody is come hitting and he's shouting at you, nobody is respecting us. So when you respect others and you reward them means what? You don't need to give gift or anything. Reward means actually saying thank you from your heart, and you recognize. Recognize means what? In front of everybody, tell that because of your help we won this. So don't take that credit, give that credit to others. What they will do is they will repeat it for you again and again. They will repeat it. So when you give more, you make more. Example of ThyroCare. I heard a speech about Mr. Velimani, who is chairman of ThyroCare. How he grows so fast. His IPO was a super hit. So even the entire world was giving 25%, 35% margin to the distribution partners, he reversed the game. I don't know the exact percentage. He started giving more to his partners. If you make 100 rupees, you take 65, give me 35. What happened is a lot of people took his distribution thing in network, and he had only the customized testing diagnostic center in Bombay, and the samples came from across India, and ThyroCare became popular. By giving more, he grew faster. Okay. So remember this 4R principle: action of respecting, rewarding, and recognizing. It will be repeated. This attitude of gratitude, giving the credit to others, all these things we can learn from Dhoni, and we can apply in sales, and we will do more sales. Okay. Of course, after I closed my, see what happened is, this is my second company. This training company is my second company. In my first company, it was a e-learning company, I shut it down in 2017. It was a tough decision. When I shut it down, I was just thinking, it was a 7-year-old company. So many people helped me. So I just took a list and write down the top 15 people who gave me a lot of leads, who really helped me want to grow. So I don't want them to know that I shut down my company from somebody else. So I called them and I thanked them. And I told them I'm closing my company, so for various reasons. Some of them offered me, I will give you money, Subbu, please run it. I told, no, sir, thank you very much. And I didn't ask anything. I just told thank. And then they asked me, so what are you going to do now? No, sir, I am already taking sales training for the past 2 to 3 years as a part-time. Now I'm going to do it full-time. Story ends there. You know what happened? Within 3 months, all these 15 people whom I called, either they gave a sales training opportunity to me in their company, or they recommended me to their clients or their partners, which I never asked for. All I did is I thanked them for helping me for the last 7 years. So their action, which is respected, rewarded, and recognized, will be repeated again and again. Okay. So next, the learning number 6 is be a finisher. So we all know that there are so many matches. Don't compare this year's IPL. Okay, it's just starting. If you see Dhoni's career, there is so many matches. He will bring it to the last over, and he will finish it. Correct. There are so many. Not only World Cup 2011 final example. There are so many examples. He will take the thing. He will be there till the end, and I will finish it. Okay. So when an interviewer asked Dhoni, why are you doing that? Why are you bringing it to the end? He told, when I bring it to the end, there's always a pressure. And I know I can hit big sixes. And I know I can keep cool. Whereas the other party will be in pressure, whereas I can handle pressure. And at least 7 out of 10 times, Dhoni able to finish things, right? We all know that. So this is why I've given this link. There are so many articles on that. You can Google and you can see. So Dhoni is a finisher. We all know that. So what is the sales learning for us from Dhoni on this? So are we a finisher? That's a question. Because in sales, I have seen a lot of entrepreneurs very good till they send the quotation or till they send the proposal, correct? But after proposal, what happened? The customer will not talk to you. You will keep quiet. You will not take your mobile, take your calls. You will not reply to your mails. You will not reply to your WhatsApp message because you got the quotation. Then you will keep quiet, right? Then we get tired. Oh, kuch nahi hota hai, so we drop it and we'll go to the next lead. No. Are we following up again and again for the customer which you want, not to every lead, for the customer which you want to win? Are we there till the end? Is the customer clearly communicating to you, no boss, this is lost, I've given it for some other reason, we'll see next thing. Till you get the communication, till you get a logical conclusion, are we following up? Are we there till the end? That's what I used to say in my sales training. Sir, till what time you have to follow up? I say, if you want to win the deal, not with every lead, with some customer you definitely want to win, till you die or the customer die, do follow up. Not for every customer, for the customers which you want to definitely win. So can we be the finisher like Dhoni? till the end. If I take a lead, I will follow up and close it, get the money, get another lead till there is the end of a deal, right? You collect the payment, not only just getting the purchase order, collecting the payment and getting some more referral till the end. Can we be there? Can we stay till the end? Can we be a finisher? Okay. So see, because sales is handling rejection, my friend. There's a lot of definition for sales. One of the definition is sales is nothing but handling rejections. How many rejections can you handle? So rejection to kya hai? If you call, they are not picking. It's a rejection. If you mail, they are not picking. Rejection. Can you keep calling every week or every 10 days or every 15 days? Payment collection. When the other party don't have money, they will not even pay you. But can you keep sending a good morning message to them every single day? And you stay there till you collect the money. Correct. So let's learn from Dhoni. Be a finisher. Whatever work we take, let's complete till the end. That last ball 6, finishing it with style, right? This is what Sunil Gavaskar said. When I die, the last thing I want to see is the 6 that Dhoni hit in the 2011 World Cup final. Okay, he do things in style. So not only the World Cup final. If you see the PPT here, there was a match where India versus Sri Lanka. There are 28 balls and 12 runs to win. Dhoni could have easily take singles 2 or 4. What he did, he 2 back-to-back 6, and he won the match with 26 balls to spare. So what is the learning? You do things in style, my friends. Okay. See, what do you remember? If you say Dhoni, what do you remember? You remember his hairstyle during India-Pakistan match. You remember his lost ball 6 in 2011 World Cup. You remember he taking the matches till the end, and you remember his helicopter shot. All these things are all these things you remember. That's something like a brand recall. Okay. So Dhoni has become a brand by his action. So learning here is, do you have your style? When you do business with your customer, do you have a style? Do you send them a Kaju Katli box with your logo for every Diwali? I'm just giving some examples. Or always you commit some time and always you finish 2 days before that. So like this, or you gift a book after every closure of your deal. Just gift a one book to your customer, something like that. So are you creating your own style? Okay, so that's what is brand, my friends. Brand is nothing but doing something consistently over a period of time. Brand will be created. Correct. So Dhoni hitting lost ball 6, at least my knowledge, you would have done around 20-25 times. Correct, including IPLs. So my question is, do you have a style? What are you known for in the market with your customers? Can you create a brand? Do you surprise or delight your customer every time? So these are the questions I want you to ask yourself. And there are so many things we can keep learning from Dhoni. A lot of he dreams big, coming from a small town. He dreams being an amazing presence of mind. So that we have learned from Dhoni. He's a legend. So the last quote from Dhoni when he retired, like a goodbye Dhoni. I want to say goodbye Dhoni. I believe in giving more than 100% on the field, and I don't really worry about the result. If there is great commitment on the field, that's victory for me. Indirectly, he's saying, do your work and don't even expect the worry about the result. Okay, about what Bhagavad Gita says. So this is an amazing quote from Dhoni. So thank you so much, friends. And these are my contact details. If you want, you can take a picture. And I would strongly recommend go to my YouTube channel. There are so many sales videos. I have put it free. With Dhoni, I have put some 7 videos. You can just go to youtube.com and type my name. You will get my YouTube channel. And these are my contact details. Very happy. And I will also share the link here in the chat box so that you can click the YouTube channel and start benefiting from the videos. I have now every week I am putting 2 videos about sales, all free, just to help entrepreneurs across the world. Any questions? Thank you so much for listening patiently, and I'm open for questions. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, so I'm just here to present the vote of thanks, sir. I was listening to the entire session very keenly, and first I think I should give my compliments on behalf of the entire audience that we could never even imagine that cricket could be so closely correlated with sales and marketing. So that thought even won't come to, people like me, though we enjoy cricket and we are so closely associated from our childhood, but correlating cricket and sales is a completely unique formula. And just to sum up, students, the points that I have also jotted down, sir has emphasized on the importance of speed, which is very, very important in marketing. The speed in decision making, the speed in having the right strategy, doing the right planning. And of course, as we all know, but it is always good that, someone as senior as sir or someone who's very experienced reinforces this fact that timing is the key element. So sir emphasize that, see, if we miss out the right timing, then everything in marketing is a waste. So we also understood from you, sir, that having our own unique style and creating our own brand is so very important. So quite a few, important points we have noted down. And those students are the students of Men in EduWorld are in their academic, career or lifespan, but I'm sure they'll apply these qualities to their day-to-day studying, learning as well. And all the participants, I'm sure, have benefited from your knowledge. Thank you once again on behalf of Men in Mantras for your valuable time today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thank you, Anil sir. And you're doing a great job in helping on the hunger front. Really glad to be part of your session, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. One last line from my side. So if you read Stephen Covey's 7 Effective Habits, better for all it is marketing, sales, or your own studies, one of the important thing is don't procrastinate, doing it on time and finishing. I think that sir kept saying that, and that's why I read the video also. So what normally we do is we procrastinate, whether it is sales, marketing, studies, because especially if you're studying a difficult subject, or let us talk about finance. I'm sorry, I'm addressing business people here. Most of us, we feel finance is difficult. So what do? We procrastinate. We don't look at numbers till things come to an absolute disaster. Subbu sir, I should also say, but currently I am guiding some students. And can you guess, Anjay sir and Vinod sir and Ganiji, what is one reason that they are not doing well today? The simple thing is they were not able to keep accounts. So I have somebody who is selling extensively on Amazon and Flipkart, and the poor boy did not submit and he did not get money on time. And he kept on doing business with debt. And today what has happened? He's gone into a very difficult case. So whether it is studies, don't procrastinate. Whether it is sales, superb line from Subbu sir. You collect the money, finish it off. It is not about 12 runs and 28 balls and you keep waiting. Do it, finish it off. That is a key element, right? Any decision in life, I request all of you, doing it on time becomes a critical key. And especially if it is a difficult task, human beings tend to procrastinate. Take it up, finish it, then focus on the easier things. Subbu sir, I just spoke to you, right? Here are some very important comments from respected Vinod sir. If you could just look at the chat, we will extend by 2 more minutes, sure, right? Sir. Because these are very senior guiding us. Very important question, sir. Dr. Vinod Nair is from the field of medicine. He's a doctor, basically. How do you handle buyer's remorse if you close sales in super speed? I always give time to think for my clients, even if they're ready. So, handle buyer's.
Sure, sir. Can I answer, sir? Can I answer?
Yes, it's for you, sir. Respected sir.
So, please. Sir, I'm not saying you should be hurry in pushing them to close, okay? But you should be hurry in your response time, the speed with which you react, okay? So if I start telling the people, the other party, the customer, sir, close it now, give the check now, that then you are hard selling. I'm not saying that. You meeting them, you giving your solution. From your side, there should not be any delay. Okay, if the customer delay, that's okay. Okay, but don't push them. See, a good salesperson will never sell. What he does, he always give a reason for the customer to buy. Okay, I repeat, a good salesperson, he never sells. He always give a reason for the other party to buy. Okay, so you are ready, you are eager, you are speeding in your solution, and now you wait for the customer's decision. You are giving enough reason that you react faster. Okay, so now the buyer will take a decision. But I'm not. So please don't mistake me. Don't force the customer, sir. You got to buy now, buy now. That, see, in this world, nobody want to be sold. Correct? Will you go and say that, hey, somebody sold me this coat? No, you will go and say, hey, I bought this coat. You want to own that buying decision. Correct? You feel bad if somebody sold it to you. Okay, so that's why good salesperson will never sell. They will put their things properly and make others to buy it. Okay, so that's what I mean. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll just check if there are any questions. If not, yes, thrilling session. Really grateful, Nisha Bete. Gani is saying superb answer, sir. And Gani is also talk about right doing session today. Thank you. That's a fantastic ending for today's session. Thank you, sir. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much. Only a great day. Thank you.